Thought I'd show you this. Did a 36 on the front, 21 goes on the back. But this stuff that's everywhere falls off of the oak trees. And first of all, you have the whirly birds coming off of the trees, helicopters or whatever. See how they float? But this stringy stuff, this comes off the oak trees. So those big trees right there. And this is what gets people sick a lot. It's everywhere. Got little piles. I gotta cut that backyard with the small mower. Not a problem. Keep my trimmer back here in case anybody wants to get kind of sticky fingers, pull over and grab it. Good luck getting my walk behind on there, but I might be able to grab my trimmer. But that's the stuff. When you hear like mold count, allergy season, they say the oak levels are high. There you go. That stuff will make you just plugged up. You'll feel like you have a cold or the flu in the middle of the summer. I got a summer cold? No, it's probably allergies, dude. But maybe you'll luck out. You won't be allergic to stuff like that. Some years it gets me, some years it doesn't. It's been raining here, and so that kind of keeps it down from floating when you go through it. But I'm thinking I'm gonna put my mask on just to be safe. Every 7 years, they say your body changes its allergies a little bit. You might be allergic to something you've never been allergic to before, or something might go away. I'm hoping the oak went away from me, because I don't feel it. I don't feel it at all. All right, freaks, I just cut this lawn. Looking good. It's feeling good out here too. Look at these bushes. They're blooming. See, I never see them bloom because they only last for a little while. Normally they all look like this, you know, just like green and brown sticks to me, you know. But now that I can differentiate between all the different little wacky things growing in there, like this obviously should not be in there. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. They do take care of their own flowers, but it's just something I felt like doing. I'm gonna get me a pair of loppers out of the truck here. My basic loppers, and I'm gonna spruce them up, not because they asked, not because I'm getting paid, but just because that doesn't look right. And I'm feeling pretty good. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and I'm all caught up. Smooth sailing. All the first cuts are done, the second and third cuts. All I have to do now is just maintain things, and that could be maintained. So much better, but I spotted more. You see little seeds from trees and stuff float over and get down in something like this and grow. And then eventually they'll take over. You don't want that. But yeah, I can't leave it looking all goofy. Looky there. Things are looking good. I'm becoming a master gardener right now before your eyes. There you go. Looking good. Only took me a couple of minutes. Got all this out of there. Not a whole lot. Made a big difference. That's what I'm doing. I'm making a big difference 1 yard at a time. Still a few more little things I could pull out of there, but I mean, I'll go the extra mile, but not the extra 2 miles. I got stuff to do. So this is the lawn that had it overseeded. They did it themselves. Front yard was all straw, and they just went over it with a spreader and seed. And like I said before, when you use a spreader, you got to be careful that you're not letting it shoot into like the rock beds and gardens and stuff like that. You gotta know exactly how wide it's gonna be. So they did good here. They didn't get a bunch of seed up in there, but the grass seed definitely got all up in here. So I kind of trimmed it a little bit here with my trimmer, but I'm not gonna get down in there. What you do is you spray it. Coarse little pieces went all up in this little brickwork. This always have to be sprayed. Even if grass wasn't growing in there, you get weeds anyway. So I just got my handy dandy grass and weed killer, okay? You gotta be careful with that stuff because it's gonna kill everything. So you gotta be cautious getting it around. Like when you spray it here, you don't want to put a whole bunch like right here because it'll seep out into here and make a big ring. I put that on pretty heavy. Nothing's gonna grow in there. Nothing at all. For months. Alright, freaks, a couple things. This is the new yard I picked up this year. I don't like it. It's one of those yards that I do not like. You got a big dip right here. You got one over there I had to trim out too. The edging, it's just stupid. Let's look at the sidewalk again. Look how far back it was. So now I got to maintain it with the far back, you know, big wide groove. But I wanted to show you this. I've been here, and the guy's cutting this next door. He has a lawn service, and you can kind of see what he uses. Okay, but it looks like he's getting screwed. He bought a Pull-On Pro lawnmower. There's their box. Doesn't spell good news for that guy. Kind of a strange sight. I had to show it to you because it's freaky. Wind. So yeah, I'm getting ready to have some fun here. Yeah, I'm not too happy with this yard. Not at all. I never have like corner lots anyway. It's always trash. The groove's got a whole bunch of like the mulch always comes down. And it's not like enough lip to hold the mulch in. The mulch is always into the yard. Stupid yard. Screwed again, Greg. Screwed again. Oh. Okay. Well, I've done this yard once. This is the new one I picked up across the street from that one. And I let my friend have that one's clean up, and he's got it now. You think, oh, freak, you wanted the one side by side. No, I didn't want that one. I didn't want it, dude. But I got this one. So I did it once, and then they told me skip it last week. And so now I'm coming back for this week because they put more seed down and they went ahead and put the mulch and stuff in. And I don't know who they had do it or what's going on, if they did it themselves. You can see all the tons of seed. They were hoping something would sprout. They said they'll give me extra because it's going to be tall, but they wanted it to just try and grow. And it's looking like it's not growing. But the backyard probably grew. Oh my gosh. Yep, the backyard grew. It's not that horrible, but I had it looking really good that first cut. The first cut, man, it was nice and smooth. So we'll see what happens. But I have to come all the way over to here. Go behind the garage. And you don't want to get on their property. They might come out and get you. We'll go right along here. But then again, they might be cool. They might come over someday and say, hey man, hook me up. Cut my grass real quick. You never know. Every once in a while, somebody will come out that door. Look around, make sure. Did you blow your leaves on my property, man? I said, no, but the wind did. And they'll say, yeah, well, you better be careful around here. I said, I always am. Always careful. All right, I get to have fun. Look, let's take a before and after picture. Oh, I think I took a before and after video. What do I need a picture for? Come on, Greg, get with it. What did I get myself involved in? Holy crap. Okay, here's the deal. I'll pay you extra since we skipped a week. Don't bag the front because we don't want any of the seed to get up. Okay, that's cool. But we want the back bagged and we'll pay you to do it. Ugh. 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 I think I might have picked the wrong house. I might have wanted that one across the street instead. I could only have one. I picked this one. There's your 21-inch bagging stripes and your aftermath. One can. Not bad. It's getting kind of hot out here. I'm starting to see something happening. It's been raining, but not enough. This might be the bust out year. Just never know. It's a funny thing. You just never know. Whew. Starting to heat up now. Yep, this is feeling like grass cutting weather. You know, I was thinking, I get a lot of questions from you guys, and a lot of you are nervous and, you know, scared of the unknown and going out here and, you know, hanging flyers and getting new yards and what ifs and what ifs and what ifs. Man, I've had all that, and I still have what ifs, but I don't let them hold me back because most of them are really, they're small things. They're like, it's just doubt, okay? And you know, what is doubt? It's you want to do something, but you're talking yourself out of it. You're coming up with little reasons, you know, and you're maybe you're not afraid of the actual thing you're gonna do. You just don't think you can do it like you're supposed to, you know, like all eyes are on you and it has to be done a certain way. You doubt your ability to accomplish it. You could accomplish it. It might not be, you know, perfect, but it'll get better each time. And the doubt is something that you have to suppress. I've been able to start suppressing it more and more. Like, I know I can pretty much do anything. I can learn something. You can put me in a factory and say, here's how this machine runs, and I would learn it. I wouldn't be a pro at it, but eventually I would be. But I'd be scared to go in there the first day, especially if he said, I'm not going to teach you anything. You have to learn on the fly. Well, then that'd be kind of scary. I doubt I could pull that off, but I would try. And that's the thing. You have to force yourself to suppress the fear that you're going. What are you fearing? That you're going to fail? You know? I mean, you can do pretty much anything. You can do pretty much anything in the world. You can learn anything. You can go to school. Anybody can be anything they want. If they really want it, they go and they teach you and you learn. And it's just, we all have that same ability to pick up things and just do it. We might not be the best. I mean, shoot. I mean, every one of these yards cut differently and stuff. You got a homeowner over here cutting. All right, I'm getting ready to cut this one. You've seen that, right? I've cut that with the Bradley last year, the belt drive. Heck, I'd push mower if I had to. Like, they cut there with a push mower. Over here, somebody had a hard mess. It was probably super tall. Look at all those clumps. Can you see that? I can see it. They probably doubted their ability to do it. Oh man, I can't do that. But you can't make it look perfect. But you can cut the grass, you know. You have to brainwash yourself into letting go of all the doubt that you're not going to let it like prevent you from actually doing something, because you can do it. You don't want to be forced into it. Like, people go, oh man, I was so scared to learn how to swim when I was a kid. Eventually my dad got mad and threw me in the pool, and I had to learn real quick. course, he would have jumped in and saved, the kid. I hope he would have. I would. I'd be ready to be in there in case my kids fell in, right? But you don't want to be forced into that. We're going to get forced into all kinds of stupid stuff in this world. We're going to be out of desperation, out of survival. We're going to be forced into things. We don't want to talk ourselves out with the doubt. We can do anything we want to do. We just have to break the ice and get moving. Don't talk ourselves out of it. We're not going to be the best at first. We're going to just learn on the fly, pick it up as we go, and we will get better. It just happens to everyone. But the problem is we have to force ourselves to start to try these new things. And that's what I'm doing. I'm pretty confident now that I would, if something cool was to present itself to me and they say, hey, hey freak, I want you to do this or that, I might not want to, but now I'm not like looking for, scary things to do, but I'd be like, I'm still gonna try it. And I don't care if everybody laughs at me and I fail or whatever. If it's something, I wanna try, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna suppress the doubt. I'm like, well, I know I can't do very good at this, but I'm gonna go ahead and see what it's all about, right? I don't know, go see what it's all about. But I used to not be that way. And I did it by brainwashing myself. I suppressed that, suppress things. Don't get depressed. Don't suppress like your anger and then pow, blow up and explode. Let that stuff out, man. Go out, scream in the woods or something. Wow, let it out. But man, suppress these fears that you can't do something because you can do it. I've done all kinds of crazy stuff. I make YouTube videos, man. People watch them and stuff. And what the heck? I picked up these yards this year. I was nervous at their first time looking around their yard and talking to them. It's still kind of freaky for me, but I know I can do it. I know I can do it, so I just jump right in and go for it. I go right up and talk to the people. They call me. I go to their house, say hi, talk, walk around the yard, and I look and I go, ooh, this is going to be hard or whatever, or oh man, I've never trimmed one of those bushes before, but I'll figure it out. And I just do it. Of course, I'm still sticking to stuff that I've already got my feet wet, but I'll jump right into a few other things. Like I used to not be able to do that, and that held me back in life. And then it made it harder on me when times came that I had to do that or I needed to do that. Needed to do something. I had to was forced right in, thrown in the deep end. You don't want to be thrown in the deep end. You want to wade out into the water, right? Let some waves come against you. Go in the kiddie pool for a while. Come on, it's fun in the kiddie pool. You got little fountains and them little mushrooms with the waterfall on top coming down it. Look at that. Spin all the way around. Now I'm gonna go cut that yard. You know what I see right now? I like this when I pulled up. They didn't doubt me. They had my money waiting for me on the door. Can you see that? I see it. That's for me. Yep. And that's pretty cool too. Don't doubt yourself. You can pull it off. You can pull off anything in this world. You just got to go a little bit at a time. It'll work out. All right, time to cut a tall backyard. Now, that's nothing out of the ordinary here. It's springtime. When it rains and the sun shines, and then it repeats that process like 3-4 days in a row. Rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun, then boom, tall grass every time. Now, the every other week yards can kill you, but you can pick up so many more of those. It's not even funny. So if you have been putting out flyers or advertising and you say you will only do weekly yards, bravo to you, but you're probably gonna grow at a slower pace. You can max out real quick if you take on the nightmare yards, and then over time you can stop taking those and drop them as you pick up more weeklies. But back to this situation here. Look at all the clippings I'm shooting out the side. When I came back here, I thought, man, I wanted to cut this on 3 inches because that's what they like to cut at. But I was like, oh gosh, it's a little bit tall to be just going over at 3. So I put it at
3.5, and I'm going to go ahead and double cut it, and I'll lower it to 3 inches and go back over it. Now there's a bunch of different ways you can do that. Some people will put it at the 3 inches and just go over it and double cut it twice right then. I'm raising it, up a little bit and then going over it again a little bit lower. So there are different ways to do that. Actually, you can let's see here, I'm lowering it right now. You can actually say, if you're going to cut it 3 inches, you could go ahead and go over it at 3 and then raise it up to like 4 inches and go over and just scatter the clippings everywhere and let them fall down in between the blades of grass and all that. So there's multiple ways. You have to just find out which way your mower works best, and get a hang of it. You're gonna have plenty of practice on tall grass. You're gonna have lots of time to test out different methods that work best for you. So look at this. I might actually be laying a stripe. Oh my gosh, it's not cool that I don't just stripe every yard on here, huh? But really, what's a stripe? I mean, you're just going in a straight line and someone can see your previous pattern. I mean, they're cool and everything, but it's not the be all end all. I've never had people really come up to me and say, "Oh my gosh, I want you because of the patterns you make in the yard." In my area, it doesn't really matter. In the high end areas, I would say it does matter. And so if that's the area you're at, go for it. If you're in a little city and things are just kind of like, I wouldn't say bargain price, but just people just want their grass cut, then it's not going to be as big a selling point. You're really only impressing yourself and other lawn care guys. So keep that in mind. It's all relative to the area you're in. So like on here, when I put these videos up, the only people that are complaining about my my work are other lawn care guys. But all my customers, they're doing backflips and jumping around and thinking that Greg's the best there ever was. So that's exactly my point right there. But I do have to admit, this Ferris does lay pretty good stripes, whether I want it to or not, with no striping kit at all. Yeah, see, there you go, pretty good. Time to head on around here, and you can see in the shadow I turned the camera off. That's how you make a video. Just like that.
Freaky. Freak, do you recycle? Absolutely, I recycle. I recycle all kinds of stuff. All kinds. A freak's work is never done. Maybe I'll actually have a shower tonight at 8:30. There you go.